Students, so today we are going to talk about control and coordination, and this is the last topic of the chapter where we'll talk about hormonal coordination in humans particularly. Okay, so we have discussed about the nervous system, right? Now we'll talk about the chemical coordination, how that happens in a body. Okay, so endocrine system is the one which controls our chemical messengers or the hormones, if we talk about specifically. Now, what is a hormone? Hormone is a chemical messenger that is secreted directly into the blood. So there is no pipes and tubes and vessels and veins for it. Basically, hormone is just, being released into the blood, and it will reach the target site. Wherever there is a requirement of that hormone, it will reach there, and the hormone will, produce the given effects. Okay. Now, what it does, like how the hormones can help in what cases, okay? So it helps in regulating the growth, it helps in regulating metabolism, helps in, reproduction, and also some sort of emotional responses as well can be affected by hormones. Okay, so what are the major system which comes under endocrine glands? First is pituitary, which is present, inside our, skull, inside that near brain. Okay, so it is the master gland. That means it is controlling all the other glands. Gland is what? Which secretes the hormones. Okay, so there are different kinds of glands in our body. So the pituitary one is in the head, and it helps in helping the secreting different kinds of secretions from different glands. Okay, so this is the master gland. Then thyroid is present here, thyroid gland. Okay, and controls the metabolism and energy production. That means at what speed your reactions in your body is happening. Okay, so that is decided by thyroid. If this affects, you might lose a lot of weight, or you might gain a lot of weight. Okay, then adrenal gland. This helps in managing stress and managing danger situations and response to those emergency cases. So what happens is when you have to this is also the the, you can say, the hormone it releases helps in fighting or flighting, fight or flight response this creates. Okay, so fight means either you stay in an emergency situation. This hormone will tell you, no, you stay, you fight. Okay, you fight through this, you go through this, you will go through exam, you don't have to run away, don't think of that my school will postpone the exam or something like. Fight. Or the flight. Flight is, you are thinking, okay, maybe I can take a sick leave, I can do some excuses and get away from this small test from my school. So this is your adrenal gland that is releasing hormones and making you feel like that. Then there is pancreas. So pancreas are like, they release a blood sugar level. They regulate basically blood sugar levels by releasing insulin, okay, and glucagon. Then comes the gonads. So gonads are the ones which control the sexual development or the secondary sexual characters in our body. And last is pineal gland, which helps in you to sleep and wake up. Okay, so when you are very sleepy yet you are not sleeping, that is your body telling you to sleep. The glands are working properly, but you are the one who is using your phone, right? Okay, let's talk about pituitary gland. So the location, let's discuss. It is at the base of the brain. Okay, at the base of the brain. Now what happens? This is a very pea-sized, okay, this big, this much big gland, and it controls every other glands of the endocrine system. Okay, now the hormones here produce hormone which promotes your growth. Okay, then TSH that stimulates the thyroid function, and FSH and LH. Okay, so this control your reproductive processes, okay, or the reproductive glands. Okay, now moving ahead is the thyroid and the parathyroid gland. So thyroid gland is a butterfly shaped gland present in your throat or in your neck region. Something like, it looks like this. Okay, not so good butterfly here, right? Okay, it regulates metabolism. That means all the chemical reaction happening, whether it is happening fast or slow, that is decided here in the thyroid gland. And energy levels. So whether you are feeling high or very, very low and sad, not sad exactly, but lethargic or very energetic, that is decided by thyroid gland. And controls your body temperature as well. And deficiency of this causes goiter. So That's why, some people you might have seen that iodine is important, that controls or helps the thyroid to be maintained, thyroid gland. Otherwise, the gland enlarge, and the neck will be swollen of those people who have goiter. Okay, then parathyroid glands are present on this only, the small glands present behind the thyroid, regulating the calcium balance. Okay, so this control your calcium level in the blood. Okay, and also essential for the bone health, because calcium, bone is made up of calcium, right? Maintains your muscles and other nervous function or nerve function. Okay, now adrenal gland, I already told you about. Emergency response is triggered here. So this is, small triangular glands present on the top of the kidney like this. Okay, these glands are present like this on the top of the kidney. Okay, this generates adrenaline responses, which helps us during the stressful situation or dangerous situation. This tells us to either fight or flight. Here, once this hormone is released, your heart rate will increase, your breathing will increase, and a lot of energy will be released. Okay, so for example, you have stage fear and somebody asks you to go on a stage very spontaneously. So now you will, your this hormone will be released, and you will say, oh, my heart rate is so fast, no, I can't do this, right? So that is because of the adrenal glands. Now let's talk about pancreas. So pancreas, I already told that this releases insulin and glucagon hormones, right? That regulates our blood sugar level, or, blood glucose level, you can say. Insulin deficiency may lead to diabetes. So if this hormone is not, the insulin hormone from the pancreas is not being released properly, the person can go diabetic. Okay, so essential for, again, metabolism. And gonads, so there are, in males it is testis, right? And in females it is ovary. Okay, females, let me write here. Females. I'm unable to write below, but you can understand, right? Females, the ovaries. Okay, so testes produce testosterone, which, helps in growing the male characteristics and sperm development. And ovaries, secretes estrogen, and progesterone as well, two hormones, which helps in the female traits and different kinds of, cycle, that is menstrual cycle and, ovulatory cycle. All those cycles are being maintained by estrogen and progesterone. And do not get confused. Even, females have testosterone, and even, males have the female, these hormones, estrogen and progesterone, but the amount in them are less. Okay, in females, for the testosterone, it is very, very less. So that's why the characteristics are not shown, okay, that much. Now, feedback mechanism, let's talk about this. 1 second, let me just remove this once. Okay, yeah, feedback mechanism. So what happens is, first your body will detect, okay, body detects that hormone levels are very, very high or very, very low. Okay, very, very low or very, very high. Okay, so now a signal will be sent. How actually will body, understand that there is no need of any more hormone being released, or there is a need of lot of hormone? So what happens is, first the body will detect it, then signal will be sent. So brain sends signal to the appropriate gland. So if there is a need of insulin, brain will send it to, pancreas. If there is a need of adrenaline, so brain will send it to basically what? The adrenal gland. Okay. Then let's talk about what happens next. What happens next? So hormone will be adjusted. Okay, now what happens here is, glands increase or decrease the production of that particular hormone, and lastly the balance will be restored. So normal hormone level will be maintained automatically. So this is a feedback mechanism. Your body is sending feedback, no, this is less, this is more, and that's how you will get it more or less, whatever the requirement is. Okay, so when thyroxine level drops, the pituitary releases more TSH to stimulate the thyroid, and when thyroxine rises high, TSH production decreases. Okay, so that is how it works. I already explained that to you. Then you can answer these questions now. Okay, so first is, which gland is called master gland? Thyroid, pituitary, or adrenal? Then which hormone regulates the blood sugar level? Is it adrenaline, insulin, or thyroxine? Okay, and lastly, name the hormone responsible for fight or flight. Okay, So yeah, thank you so much for joining the session. If you want to learn more, biology sessions or, classes, how, biology works in all together, you can ask me on my profile, or you can just, comment about this session if you have any doubt. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Take care.